Hello again, and welcome to Module 6 of Training as an Agile Project on the subject of evidence. We will be discussing the importance of looking for the evidence of effective teaching and learning, when and how we can integrate evidence check-ins into our practice, and how the Agile framework supports this initiative. First of all, let's have a look at some dictionary definitions of the word evidence. A Google search gave me this: a thing or set of things helpful in forming a conclusion or judgment. And Cambridge: facts, information, documents, etc., that give reason to believe that something is true. What exactly do we mean by looking for evidence of effective teaching and learning? What can we observe? What proof can we find? What signs are there to help us conclude that learning is actually taking place? How do we measure it? What is the quality of the learning? How sustainable is it? How aligned is it with the desired outcomes? Until we intentionally look for the evidence, then we may never be able to answer these questions. In the previous module on the drivers of learning, we noted that learning is not just information. Learning is about being able to use the information. I remember my son saying when he graduated from business school that he had the recipe for making bread, but they had never actually made any. The expression, "the proof of the pudding is in the eating," feels quite appropriate here. Simply put, using the collection of evidence is a way to inform teaching and address the needs of learners. If you have followed the sequence of this module, you will already have had the opportunity to reflect on your present practices in relation to collecting evidence. Pause the video here, though, if you wish to take a few minutes to think about the questions on this slide. Professor John Hattie is a researcher in education. You may already be familiar with his work on visible learning, which is based on an inordinate amount of research. If you don't know him, you really need to add him to your list of influential people. He's easy to listen to and very down to earth. According to the visible learning concept, learning must be as seen and as apparent as possible, and not assumed. Visible learning encourages teachers to assess the progress of their students and continuously refine their teaching practices in order to maximize learning potential. I'm now going to show you 3 slides. The information you see here is very much in tune with the approach we are advocating. Visible teachers continually gain professional learning and evaluate their own performance. Consider themselves as change agents who are responsible for the changed and improved learning process in their students. Reflect upon how their practices may affect student learning outcomes. Regularly take feedback about themselves and their ways of teaching. Use assessments as tools for the development of students in order to learn about their teaching practices. Challenge their students regularly. Ensure that 80% of the class time is spent in classroom talk. Build rapport and trust in students so that the students would not hesitate to ask for help and feel free to take risks with their learning. Visible learners set learning goals, express what they are learning, describe the next steps in their learning, know what to do when they are stuck, see mistakes as opportunities for additional learning, take feedback. You'll be able to find these slides in the resource section of this module. As is my custom, I will leave you with a quote for reflection. It is critical not simply to ensure that students are taught, but to ensure that they learn. This simple shift from a focus on teaching to a focus on learning has profound implications. In the following video, I'll be suggesting when and how you can integrate an evidence-based approach into your practice.